The duckling gets a cookie? Words and Pictures by Mo Willems. Oh, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? It's great to see the pigeons back. It's great to see the pigeons back. It's great to see the pigeons back. How are you today? I'm so happy to see Duckling back. Happy to see Duckling back. Happy to see Duckling back. How are you today? I wonder if Roman is here today. Roman is here today. And maybe Henry is here today. How are you today? Perhaps Kiana is here today. Tiana is here today. Liberty is here today. How are you today? Everybody's here today. Everybody's here today. Everybody's here today. I'm glad you're here today. We've had a very Mo Willemsy week, haven't we? Mo Willems is one of my favorite authors. And the reason Mo Willems is one of my favorite authors is because all of his books are full of such really cool action and silliness and voices and ways for us to be a little bit silly before going to bed. By the way, did I show you that I'm actually wearing my pajamas? That's what I have here. I don't wear a hoodie to bed. I wear a t-shirt. But I'm feeling just a little bit cold now, so I put on my Steakums hoodie. Yeah, that's not an advertisement for Steakums, but I just really like to eat the little thin Philly steak sandwich steaks. Right? Anyway, let's read The Duckling Gets a Cookie. Notice there's an exclamation here. You'll notice let's move this up here so you can see it. There's an exclamation point, which means the person saying it is so excited. And there's a question mark, meaning there's a question. They can't believe it. So really, if I had to say this book title as is written, with the pigeon looking very shocked, I would say, The Duckling Gets a Cookie? That's the name of this book. Ah, look at all of those delicious, delicious, delicious cookies. Very delicious, those cookies. Okay, here we go. The duckling gets a cookie. I do not like the look of that title. Very suspicious, that pigeon. He believes that he's not going to get a cookie because apparently the duckling gets a cookie. Scooty, scoot, scoot. Hello. May I have a cookie, please? Oh, thanks. Yeah, flappity, flippy, flip, flap, 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 flap. Very excited bird. That was very nice of you. Oh, look at those nuts. Some people don't like to have nuts in their cookies, and I think that the duck may be a type of person who doesn't like nuts in the duckling's cookies. Let's see what he thinks about those cookies. Hey! How did you get that cookie? I asked for it. Very confident, that duckling is. Very confident. You asked for it? Just doesn't believe it. This is, if I were doing the pigeon's face on my face, I would do it like this. I would go, you asked for it. Totally doesn't believe him. Well, and then the bird says, politely, oh boy, Say, does that cookie have nuts? Yes? Very enthusiastic, that pigeon. So, you got a cookie with nuts just by asking? See that again? There's that exclamation point, meaning he's very excited, and a question mark, meaning he can't believe it. Politely. I ask for things all the time. I mean, he's asked to drive the bus. He's wanted a puppy. He's very frustrated, that pigeon. Everyone always tells him no. I ask to drive the bus, and what do they say? No. I ask for hot dog parties. No. I'll ask for a French fry robot every now and then. I've asked for a walrus. Do I ask for candy? I do. It doesn't have to be a big bus, you know. Right now, I'm asking why? Why? Oh, there's more. Sometimes I ask for a hug. I ask to stay up late. Or I'll ask for more story, one more story. I can't count the times I've asked for my own personal iceberg. Oh yeah, I'm the askingest pigeon in town. But do I get what I ask for? I don't think it does. It's a very sad pigeon. No! Do you see how the book does that? It tells me exactly how the pigeon's feeling, because his words are very thick and black with yellow outline, and there are so many O's, and it's all in big letters, and at the very end there's an exclamation point. And of course he's so loud that the duckling gets blown off of his feet. The pigeon always does that. Always yelling, that pigeon. It's not fair. Flap, 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 flap. Duckling gets everything. He's quite frustrated, that pigeon. Here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm thinking right now. So, the whole book, the duckling is mentioning to the pigeon that he asked the person politely for a cookie. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, he starts off by telling us hello, and he asks, "May I have a cookie, please?" It's a very fair request. And he gets the cookie. Now this quite frustrates the pigeon. The pigeon pops into the screen, very frustrated. And there's one thing that pigeon has not yet done. Can you imagine what that is? That's right. It's the very thing that the duckling did. Let's see how this story resolves. Pigeons like cookies too, especially with nuts. Why did you get that cookie? Very frustrated still. I do feel that. Oh, have you ever felt this way? He's clenching his fists and he's shaking all over, and there's a black cloud above his head because he's so frustrated. So I could give it to you. And another thing. That pigeon is so frustrated, he didn't even hear what the duckling said. About what? You're giving me that cookie? With the nuts? My goodness. That's so nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is one cool duckling. Yes, sir. May I have another cookie, please? But this time, no nuts. And we can see on the back, on the front of the book, there were chocolate chip cookies with nuts. Yeah? And in the back of the book, chocolate chip cookies with no nuts. And it turns out, whoop, the duckling got to bite one. That duckling was so kind to his friend Pigeon, who was feeling very frustrated. And that happens to me sometimes. In fact, it happens to me quite a bit, where I have something in my mind that I really, really need to happen, or that I really, really want to happen, or that I'm really, really excited about. And then that thing doesn't happen. And of course, you know the pigeon from all of his books, and in all of the books he's asking for things, and we're always telling him, no. Can I drive the bus? No. Can I stay up late? No. Can I not take a bath? No. We're always telling the pigeon what he has to do. So I think he was feeling very frustrated, and sometimes I get frustrated too. How about you? So he kind of stomped around, and the duckling was such a wonderful and kind friend to both ask for the cookie, and it was clear he did not like the nuts. And when he realized that the pigeon wanted that cookie, he only wanted the opportunity to share it with him. And the pigeon realized how kind that was and said thank you to the duckling. And the duckling came back and said, hey, may I have another cookie, but this time without nuts? I will say, though, that pigeon really understand when those times when he gets super frustrated, because I have those times when I get super frustrated, and I'm always so thankful when I'm able to interact with friends or with people who are so kind and can point out to me, Mr. Greg, you can have this cookie, or Mr. Greg, if you just told me that you wanted a piece of the cookie, I would give you a piece of the cookie. And I'm like, wait, I could ask you for a piece of the cookie? And they go, yeah, just ask me for a piece of the cookie. And I say, may I have a piece of the cookie? And they give me a piece of the cookie. It happens almost all the time. So anyway, the duckling gets a cookie. Wait, I read that wrong. The duckling gets a cookie? And I believe by the end of the book, the pigeon would have said, the duckling gets a cookie. Without that question mark. Just very excited. Because he also, of course, got a cookie. And his favorite cookie, one with nuts. While the duckling, without nuts. Do you like to eat cookies with nuts, or do you prefer them without? I prefer no nuts in the cookie. A chocolate chip cookie, for me, should only have chocolate chips. But some people really love chocolate chip cookies with nuts. And some people are allergic to nuts. And some people are allergic to the flour and other ingredients in cookies. There's so many reasons why some people can and can't, or prefer or don't prefer different foods. And in this case, I don't think it's because the duckling was allergic to nuts. Do you? No, because he still would have. It looked like he would have eaten that cookie. But it was just a preference of his. I am neither allergic to nuts, nor am I allergic to flour, so I can eat cookies with nuts. I wonder what snack you're going to have before you go to bed, or what drink you're going to have. Do you have milk, or do you have water? Do you have a snack before bed? I usually don't have a snack before bed. I might think about that tonight. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you again really soon. Okay,